next 60 minutes as you will hear the Stanley Cup Final on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So you'll hear at 8 o'clock. We'll go live to the Panthers and Edmonton Oilers for Game 1. And they'll broadcast every game of the the NHL Finals here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We'll have local coverage after the game until midnight tonight. 617-779-0985. Did the Red Sox win today change anything at all? Man, it's getting hot outside. I'm sweating already. And the tempers did flare before the game. I think we should get there before we get to the win, but not exactly sure what happened, but I did enjoy seeing some spitfire from someone on the coaching staff. Tyler Anderson seen jawing at a coach, then later talking to Alex Cora, who was drinking a mocha latte. I just think about like Lou Piniella and like some real old school coaches, Sparky Anderson. I wonder how they would feel about a manager drinking a mocha latte before the game. Anyways, Nesson posted it, deleted it, but I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. I saw it on Section 10 earlier. But this is what I heard happened during today's practice of the first base coaches, Mr. Flores, coach of the Red Sox, reportedly stealing signs or accused of stealing signs from Tyler Anderson. Not Ty Anderson, even though I like it. During the game on Monday, Anderson allowed 5 runs. When Anderson saw Flores at practice, he decided to address the situation and communicated some concerns related to the signals. You mean to tell me that somebody thinks the Red Sox are stealing signals? Well, last night, manager Alex Cora seemed defeated. He didn't have any answers after the loss. It was almost as if he was finding out that at some point it does fall on him. He was almost in denial that it should fall on him, by the way. The team certainly played that way. Another pitcher today gives up 4 runs in the first inning and putting your team in a hole. In this series alone, the Red Sox have been outscored 10-0 in the first inning. Who's to blame for that? Who's to blame when your team doesn't come out ready to go? Ready to play? I immediately point to the manager. This does fall on everyone. The team's not good. If they won half those games, they're in the playoff picture. Barely. Last night, Alex Cora says, what are you going to do about it? Can you believe the manager said, what are you going to do about it? That's a defeated man. That is someone who knows it's the same thing over and over, and he can't fix it. I'll give the Red Sox some credit if you want some positivity here. The Red Sox have been resilient. They've come back. They've battled back in 3 straight games. Today, they win on a walk-off by Ceddanne Raffaello, which we'll get into in a minute here. The Sox show fight. They used to not show that. They'd lay down. But isn't that what you expect, though? A team to fight back after being down 4-0, 6-0, whatever it is in the first. Like, that's just what expected. Credit to Ceddanne Raffaello, though, a young player who's homered in 3 straight games. I give him credit for playing well in high-leverage situations. That's a positive. I'll never forget earlier this year some of the struggles. Alex Cora would say it was the weather. The weather's heating up. You can't blame the weather anymore. But almost getting swept by the Angels is an absolute embarrassment. After winning 2 out of 3 from the Braves, and I'll just keep it to that. You win a good game on Friday, you get shut out for the first time all year on Saturday, and then on Sunday you bring your ace out and actually let him go 7 innings, and you win the game. Then you return home and you get blown out by the Angels. And then last night, fielding errors in extra innings. The other team played for runs. I don't know what the Red Sox played for. So if you're defeated after losing the game, it's because you're finding more ways to lose. But Red Sox baseball, for the last 5 years really has been embarrassing. You would think all the expectations heading into this year, they were serious about playing in October. I do think they were. But you know what now? The pitching stuff, the drive line, the young prospects, watching for innings. It's just one thing after another. It's not about winning games anymore. Alex Cora, after the game, said he wanted to be open about it. Let's be open about it. Are you now starting to think you're the voice? That's the problem. How many general managers have been here with Alex Cora? Dave Dombrowski, out. Chaim Bloom, out. Now, Craig Breslow, they're like pointing the finger at each other. I don't know who should go first. It's probably Cora. In some sick way in my brain, which he doesn't deserve it, I think Cora should move up to general manager and they should hire somebody else. But what has he done to deserve that? Today, the Red Sox needed it. And good for Ceddanne Rafaela. For real, good on him. But today, winning, home run down the line, did anything really change? No. Nothing changed. We will get into some of the Alex Cora quotes from last night. He sounded like a defeated man. And I just want to bring this up. Like, there's a day game today. Both teams were out there. Like, they were out there. But now accusing one team about stealing signs or the other, ooh, baby. And then Cora goes out there to talk to him, and he's got a mocha latte. Like, just a bad look. You're entitled to drink a coffee. But you tell me another manager you see drinking a green mocha latte. I'll leave it there. We'll get more into Alex Cora winning the game tonight, starting pitching. I do want to get into the New York Knicks and who their next coach is going to be, and I'll give you a take and a pick prediction on the Stanley Cup. We're here till 8 o'clock, then we'll hand things over for the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
So, I got to keep pushing them to be better. They're not getting better. They're not, we keep making them the same mistakes. I'll be very honest about it, very open about it, you get frustrated, but at one point it's like, okay, what are we going to do? What's going to change, because we keep doing the same thing. We can keep talking about one-road losses. They're 17, 18, whatever it is, and it's the same thing. So, is it effort, preparation, like Duke said, attention to detail, I have no idea now. I watched that game, I was like, wow, this is real, it's frustrating.
How much you've been banging your head against the wall about the defense for years, like that really irritates you more than anything. What have you seen just defensively all year?
What you saw today, routine ground balls for those plays we don't turn. We throw to the wrong bases. We make cutoff guys. PFPs were horrible. So there's a lot of bad right now.
Is there a shakeup that can fix it?
Show up tomorrow. That's show up tomorrow. That's all we can do.
Last night off the hook on it, and that's why the Red Sox win today changed nothing. So they won. They won on a home run that I think a lot of people think was it wasn't. It's a tough way to win on a walk-off. Tough way to win. But did today change anything? No. You can call in about it if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to either. Al's Cora post-game last night. Routine ground balls, cut-off men, throwing errors in the field. It's all the same thing, and he knows it, and he can't fix it. He knows it. He can't fix it. Now, I'm sure there's a crowd of people that probably think, Joe, look at the talent he's dealing with. I don't know. I felt like that was a guy that kind of knew where to play guys and where they could be their best. But throwing errors is horrible. Like last night, trying to get a double play, it was bad. Not hitting the cutoff man, bad. It's the same thing every day. It's the same thing. I would also say this too, like, as much as I think Cora feels defeated, would he ever punish anybody or bench them? Because he doesn't really care about winning games, it seems like. So, like, if somebody isn't making a good throw, bench him. If somebody does make a mistake and doesn't hit their cutoff man, bench him. Like, send a message. He's afraid to do that. He's afraid to talk to Rafael Devers while playing in the field. So what am I even going with here? Now, here's where you can blame Craig Breslow. Lucas Giolito, who they signed last year, who sat out the entire year and have him this year. I mean, I don't know. Didn't he, give up one of the most home runs in the season, ever? Or a lot in one season? Today, he gave him an inning and two-thirds. I keep talking about how bad they suck in the first inning. Now, last night, I give Brian Bayo credit. Battled out of it. But Giolito, an inning and two-thirds, 8 hits, 7 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 43 pitches, 22 strikes. They hit him for 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. 12 batted balls, 8 were hit hard, 8 hits. You know that batting average is .667, by the way? That's not good. 17 swings. He only had 1 whiff the whole entire day. Horrible. The defense has 53 errors. I didn't count. Was there an error today? Because I didn't count this yet. If there was one today, I'll give them credit. They're 53 now. So there was the most in Major League Baseball. They broke a record for a team that had this many errors at this time. So their starters, their situational hitting, besides today, defense, it's all bad. It's all bad. But hey, they won today 11-9. How about that? Ceddanne Rafaela curled a home run around pesky pole in the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox rallied after trailing 4 different times to beat the Angels 11-9 today. The home run to right field was 308 feet, making it the shortest walk-off homer in the StatCast era, 24 feet shorter than the next. Can we hear that, Skaz? Let's hear that one.
He's 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts and a couple of flyouts with 1 out. And a fly down the right field line. That one heading toward the stands. And that's going to be a fair ball. And that ball is gone. It's out of here. He tucked it in there. And he walks it off. Ceddanne Rafaela with a home run. A 2-run shot. And the Red Sox steal a win here. They
me. How about that around the bend? Right around the pesky pole. I thought this ball was going to go foul. And he tucks it around. Cedar Rafael's now homered in 3 straight games.
Wow. How about that one, though? Just barely. The way things have been going for the Red Sox, they will gladly accept it. Down the right field line. Take a look.
Look at this thing. Just barely getting over. Wouldn't hit very far, but you'll take it. Can you get better placement than this?
You can't. I mean, you couldn't throw it there from first base.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow. They were glad it was over, though. Everyone was shocked. No one thought that thing was a home run. So I'm not going to pull the. I'm not going to give it an asterisk. I'm not going to do that. It wasn't the. The reason why I don't want to credit, I'm going to credit Cedar Rafael for playing well, and there's some other things I'll credit the Red Sox for. But when you're a good team, you find ways like that to win. When you're a bad team, you don't want to celebrate it. So that's why I feel like I can't get excited about it. I think it changes nothing. So they won the game. Okay, great. Cedar Rafael, 3 straight home runs. Positive. Did you see how many pitchers the Red Sox used today? We mentioned Giolito. Guerrero went 2 1/3. Bernardino pitched. Wilson pitched. Whitlock pitched. Weiser pitched. Criswell pitched. Are they going to have anybody tomorrow? Does it matter?
They're off tomorrow.
It doesn't matter. I feel like someone's still going to throw, Skaz. This team, I said it a week ago, but here I am doing it. Don't invest your energy. But last night I thought we got for the first time, Alex Cora realized he can't help them. And then wanted to be like, I guess it falls on me. Can we get back to the sign stealing thing for a second here? Can you imagine that there's teams that think the Red Sox could be stealing signs?
I'm shocked. Shocked, Joe. The Red Sox, they check their Apple Watches out there. I don't know.
Did you see the mocha latte?
I did not, but I after you referenced it, I looked it up.
He went out. I don't. Why did I think of hard ass coaches over the years? I mentioned Lou Piniella, Sparky Anderson growing up always was just
Jim Leland.
You think he's out there with a mocha latte?
Yeah, he's ripping butts.
I said, what did I say last night? Go home, smoke a joint, drink a nice little hard glass, call it a day. Maybe he did. That's why he wanted the mocha latte today. Should I give the Red Sox credit for battling back four times, was it? This from Opta Stats. First team in the modern era to overcome 4 deficits, including 4 run deficits. In a win, in a walk-off win, in a 9-inning game. So, is that good? I feel like I'm giving you the weird eyebrow or side eye. Is that good? So they're the first team ever to overcome 4 deficits, including a 4-run deficit, and win with a walk-off in 9 innings. Don't know if that's good. I don't know. But the Red Sox today, Cedar Rafael, projected distance 308. Did I mention it's the shortest hit by a Red Sox at Fenway Park in the era? And it was the shortest walk-off home run in the StatCast era. Did I say that already? That's how they won today. But I do have a date. I wanted to bring up a date. I didn't get into this last night because we got distracted by so many other things. I mentioned how bad their pitching has been. Hitters are batting 306, all that stuff. But I do think there's a date to look at. Dave Dombrowski got fired before a Yankee series in September. Chaim Bloom got hired before a Yankee series in September. I believe the Yankees come to town next week. Is that correct?
The Sox are on their way to the Bronx.
Now.
Well, today or
They're
tomorrow.
on their way to the Bronx, but next week they'll host them.
Sure.
That's my date. When the Yankees come to town, That's when the Red Sox move. I think it's the 13th, June 13th. That's the day I'm circling. Something's going to happen that day. Cora, Breslow, Bailey, Fatsy, somebody. Someone's going down. But all I can tell you is last night, personally, I think it was the first time Alex Cora was like, who? Me? Me? Like, maybe I can't really fix this team. Now what makes me even worse is that he's happy with their production over the last 5 years. Like, it took until last night to realize you suck. It took until last night. That's what bothers me about the Red Sox. But they won, everybody. Everybody, they won. If you went to the game today, it was probably a great day, wasn't it? Yay. We're here until 8 o'clock. Then we'll hand things over to the whoever's calling the game of the Stanley Cup Finals here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Again, we're here all night. And Sean's in Spencer. He wants to talk. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, bud?
How you doing?
Good, you? Hey, I'm not trying to be a hard ass, but you have an hour show. Let some callers call in and get their opinions. The whole show isn't about you and what you have to say, because you're stating the obvious. So let the callers call in and debate about that.
Okay, let's debate. What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk about anything. You said call this number, and
you're just calling me out.
Yeah, I'm totally calling you out, man.
Yeah, why?
You're stating the obvious. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Let the callers come in and have their opinions, and you debate about that.
Okay. Let's debate.
Take care, brother.
No. You call me out, I'll call you out. Oh, what a bitch move. Oh, you call me at my job and tell me how to do my job, and then I said, okay, let's debate, and then you hang up? Oh, that's a...
Let the callers talk, but I, as a caller, have nothing to offer.
You know, Skaz,
I don't have a take.
Sorry, I'm stating the obvious. I'm stating the obvious.
Please call in without your takes.
Please call in without your takes. Till 8 o'clock tonight, 617-779-0985.
Yeah, I don't.
No, that's a crap move. What if someone called him at his job and did that? Hey, man, you showed up to work. You're just doing the bare minimum every day. We could hire anybody else to do that job. I wish I could call him and tell him that at his job. Or does he have a job? I don't know. Like, I want the smoke. Seriously, I want the smoke. But that was weak.
There was no smoke.
That was ashes.
Yeah, that was
asses.
That was, please let the callers talk, but I have nothing to talk about.
You're straight over.
That's
Shut
tough.
up.
That's tough.
All right, bro. Well, listen, we got hockey coming on in a half hour. You don't have to listen to me anymore. All right? Do you think the Heat, do you think can blame the weather? Because I know Alex Cora did that. Was that stating the obvious, guys? The weather might be... What's Joe got to say? What's up, Joe?
Yo, what's up, Joe? I just got to say the last caller was absolute bum. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he's hanging you out to dry, man.
I know, man. What are you eating today?
Joe, I love roast beefs 3 ways. You know, I get personal with them.
Me too, bro. Something just fell from my head. Did you see that something from my headset just fell?
Yeah, we'll catch that on YouTube.
He gets dirty with them?
Personal, he said. He gets personal.
I'm sorry.
He gets dirty, Joe. That's where your mind went.
I don't know who this is. Ben?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm looking for the smoke.
Yeah, let's go. Floor is yours, bro.
No smoke. No smoke. I got a question. I've been going back and forth about this with the Tibbs firing, after the run the Knicks had. Like, as a fan, whether you'd be content having kind of a perennial good, solid squad that's going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and be solid, but kind of no real chance of winning the championship versus, going up and down and up and down. Wanted to hear your thoughts on how you feel about that.
I would rather be consistent constantly.
Even if you're not going to win the championship, like the cap is like the Bills from the early 90s.
I feel as though the NBA is that type of sport now where if you get hot at the right time. For example, the Pacers and the Thunder have the two most wins in the new year. Like they both, Thunder have been hot all year, but Pacers got real hot.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I don't understand how, with all the firings of these really competent NBA coaches, I don't understand what owners and fans are looking for. If, you got the Nuggets, you got the Knicks, like all solid seasons. The team down in Memphis didn't have a great year, but a really good coach. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't understand
the fact
it.
that guys win championships and get fired. Yes, it's crazy.
All right, no smoke. Good talk. Thank you.
And listen, Missoula could be next. I want the smoke. Jack's in the car. Hey, Jack.
Hello, Joe. How are you today?
How you doing?
You there?
I'm here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hang on a second. I got to make sure I can hear you okay. I'm on the highway. I'm sorry. You there?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Aren't you thrilled we went to the calls, Joe?
Colt's in Scituate. Hello, Colt.
What's up, Joe? Hope you're having a good night, man. I'm just so confused as to what Breslow thinks is going on. He's like, not bringing up Anthony. They need the bat, clearly, of Roman Anthony. I'm not expecting him to be some savior, but, they're trying to manipulate his service time for Roman Anthony's age 28 season. Does Breslow think he's going to be here for that? Like, why does he care about that at all? I don't get it.
You know what's funny? First off, my take is I don't think Breslow's making any moves.
You think it's Cora?
No, I think that somebody above Breslow is saying, hey, we should do this, and then they tell him to do it, and then they have to do it.
Like, are we talking like a shadow, like Theo's pulling the string situation?
Not Theo, but, there might be. What I think is it's these analytic people. And they're like, today's not the day to bring up, the Roman Anthony thing, dude. Like, I just don't think he's going to save the Red Sox, so that's why I don't want to bring.
No. I don't expect him to, but it's like, they're wheeling out like Abraham Toro, Romy Gonzalez every day. They need the offense.
Well, let's say this: of the three outfielders they have, right? Who are you going to sit for Anthony?
I think you can sit. I know Sadon's hot, so it's not the right time to say it.
But do you see what I mean? They don't have a spot for him. They just called up Marcelo Meyer and have sat him out 2 games in a row.
Well, if they trade Duran, there's a spot right away.
There you go.
The way that they're going right now, I think that's the path that's going to be, I think that's where we're headed.
You got it, buddy. Thank you. Bobby's in Walpole. He said he's got a take. Oh, he hung up. What's going on back there with the phones? We'll take a break because you know why? We'll line up some phones. You got takes? Hey, listen, the callers want to talk? Go ahead. We'll get to the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drink.
We have like a I'm going to call it a workshop, Skaz. We're here again till 8:00. Then we have the game, and then we're going to wait until the game ends. We're just going to be here. So while we're here, we're going to workshop Luke, our intern, and Street Team Joe, who's here, and I don't want to let him off the hook. Because remember, he called. I am curious, and curious minds want to know, Joe, did you get food after you called in on Friday? He did. I mean, I'm just curious where you went.
Take a guess, Joe.
Taco Bell.
He went to Wendy's.
Wendy's. Well, there we go. Luke did his first social the other day, and it was about chicken sandwiches. So I feel like might have to get Joe's opinion on that. Anyways, I also should read this to you guys, because this was kind of funny. Andy Ferg of North Shore Beefs, the real Beef King, has checked in, and he basically said to me, hilarious, I get personal with my beefs. And I said, oh, you heard that? He goes, yeah, I caught it. It was perfect timing. What a legend. I go, was that before I called the guy a bitch? It was a bitch move. Hey, Joe, the show is about you, actually. That's why you got the gig. You should call that guy back and tell him how to call the station appropriately, because that call sucked. Thank you, James. Hey, Joe, it's not Cora's fault. Okay. Jeff, who has been listening to the show since I think I've been here, between the state the obvious guy, getting personal with a beef guy, and the studio stuff falling on your head, I'd have to say the Red Sox suck. That's a take right there. Well, what else do you guys got? Let's hear it. Ethan is in Shrewsbury. Ethan.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Sorry you're taking slack from that guy. That was kind of wild. But my main question is...
Thank you. It's a great question. This is what's happening.
Did he hang up?
He did.
What happened there?
Let's take a food call.
What is going on?
Cam's in Marlboro. Cam.
Joe, we are about to go to Burnt Edges Pizza. It's my second time there. I am going to get the special of the month. And
what is it?
I'm wondering if you want me to bring you a sample of the monthly special. I missed the chili dog special last month, but we are Burnt Edges OG, and I'll hang up and listen to what you say.
Cam, I appreciate the offer. Probably not tonight, but we have had listeners already send us Burnt Edges. Thank you. Tim does a great job over there. Joe, our street team Joe already already mentioned it to me.
His head snapped around like an owl when he heard
on the walk. Skaz, on the walk down the hallway, he goes, "Man, I was really thinking about getting Burnt Edges tonight." He said that.
The Joes.
That could be like a new the Joes, and have like a nice little theme music or whatever. Vanning is in Middleton. Hello, Vanning.
Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Hey, is it time for the Red Sox to look at Trevor Bauer?
No. It's fine. You can take all the calls.
No.
I don't think. Please, Vanning, don't think I'm being rude to you. I'm not. Not you. Trevor Bauer's not for this culture.
Yeah, he also stinks. He's a bad guy, and he stinks at baseball. So no, the Red Sox don't need him. Anyone that wants Trevor Bauer, too, out on that.
Again, to the guy who said, it's not about me. What? Because, Skaz, I am humble. We might call it the Joe Murray Show. I like to call it the Night Show because it's us. We're the only, besides Luke and Street Team Joe and everybody else it's really, when they're gone, it's just us. When the ratings come out, it's us. It's just so you know what? It is about us. Jay's in Groton. Hi, Jay. Hey, Jay.
It's Matt.
Matt, how you doing?
Good. How are you? I was calling in on a wrestling tape.
Oh, thank you. What do we got?
So this weekend's Money in the Bank, and I think one of my favorite matches on the card is Cena with Logan and Cody and Jay.
Yep.
I guess my question is, do you feel like John is rushing this heel turn?
I do not. I think he might take this thing all the way. I think he might really mean what he says. I feel he's going to take the championship with him. And he does want to ruin wrestling. All right, one more. Or no, actually, we got a break because we have the game. I do have a take on the game. I didn't even get into the New York Knicks stuff. We'll break, though. And this hour of the sports was brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. 11 straight weekends of rain and more coming this weekend. So what are you waiting for? Call our guys at Premier Basement and get waterproof so you never worry again. 844-LIVE-DRY at premierbasement.net. It's game over for water. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Maz here from Window Nation. Their semi-annual sale includes 4 free windows with a
I was not in a mood before this. You know that? I came in ready to go. You saw that? I sent you an outline. Guys, I could have showed up, given you 3 takes, and walked home. Or, whatever. Enjoyed the rest of the night. That guy set the tone.
Yeah, Luke even said, he was like, I just talked to Joe. He's laser focused right now. I was like, that's
what it was. He came in. I was like, hey, man, can we talk at 8? Because I was...
You were in. You're in the zone.
I was in the zone. I wanted to have stuff so we could post to the internet so people can, if they miss anything, they can find it on YouTube. So I was prepared. That guy set me off. But I think he's like, yeah. I'm gonna record that. I'm gonna post that to social later. What's up, Luis? Well, let's take one call and then I'll give you a take on the. Should we go Celtics or Giolito? Well, you know what, Pete? What's up, Pete?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
How you doing?
Really quick on a food thing and then a Red Sox thing. So the food thing, you mentioned Cartelli's over New Hampshire a while back. Absolutely fantastic chicken parm. If you get the lunch special, they serve it on 2 slices of bread the size of mattresses. It's an amazing sandwich. Amazing sandwich. The second thing, though, I was at the game today. Giolito didn't look like he wanted to be there. And I don't mean to fire anybody up, but they need to look like they need to be there. They didn't even look like that. Jared Duran, a little bit of spice there. That was great. Other than that, what are they doing? Don't fire. They've got to bring it up.
The word you're looking for is urgency.
Urgency. Perfect.
Yes, Pete. And I hope I do get that chicken parm on 2 mattress-sized pieces of bread.
It's amazing.
Thank you. Now, will they put sauce and cheese on the bread? And can I eat it with a fork and knife? Sounds good. All right. I'm taking the Edmonton Oilers. I can give you an analysis if I want, but if you really, really want it, Canada's had itself a nice little time, right? Won the 4 Nations. SGA, right? He's from Canada?
Canadian, yes.
MVP of the league, right? Potentially could win the championship?
I think heavy favorites.
I think it's Canada's time. When's the last time Canada won a Stanley Cup?
93.
It's time. Plus, they touched the trophy. So, what's worse, Canada winning the Cup for the first time since 93 or losing 3 straight Stanley Cups?
Probably losing 3
Probably
straight.
3. I would still say 3. So that's what Brad Marchand could do. He can either go for the 3-peat or he can become one of the only Bruins of that era, Hall of Famer, to win 2 Stanley Cups. So what's it going to be? 2 Stanley Cups or lose 3 straight? This is the legacy of Brad Marchand. This is the legacy of... Plus, I don't know, losing to Edmonton too? Whoo! Like Chicago, St. Louis, Edmonton? St. Louis, Edmonton, Chicago, I get. Right? St. Louis and Edmonton?
You're losing to the best player in the world, though.
Doesn't matter.
St. Louis is the outlier, not Edmonton.
All right, fine. So what are we going to get? The 3-peat? Or one of the only Bruins of this era with 2 Stanley Cup championship